So I always say there are three sides to a story. My side, your side, and the truth. The truth might be lingering somewhere in both sides of the story, but the actual truth, and I brought you the side of a Naimos no concerning the year or no. But this time around, the side of Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo, or MP for Asutifi North. I Gossip 24. Messer, so maybe a subscribe button so now I click a notification icon so because the Honorable Ekokujina Court. Now some no anything. It's on the 1st of November 2025. 9 months for now they say Omo ko goso. It's Omo ko goso no. Omo do brody ko be bench him and then the Omo here so 10 meters away from the highway. Obi your operation be on no they say. So who go do so to go do. Omo bincha and say they can sex sanko fani ebi. And so mono sanriano anyway so mokoto na omo de cyanide ni ade awo no manya gold no edi from na mos do ono and omo ka chom so mon kata amena ne so no why na site ni endia na nipa ni twiliti obai na ochira your friend Mr. Alex na omo si gina nchen e ho na obi fo so kita range over no so atwiliti na omo si wo so gina nchen fakofo ba no na they say MP for Asutifi North ebi piemu e wo honomo all the person of Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo. Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo be pay mu on na so ne ke na obo a head of Naimus task force no e na atwe nkomo e na ke na obo ase he e ona obo si o godfather person no ka so na say godfather ben o so Honorable Collins Dauda no si okay oji phone no si yes asa. It's yes asano the ewu ya ne se boys e pinche honomo e ma de say ade ne enyan to the extent say so hwe the first video ma hwe na oka yes asano na soja ni ba ko ogina echi no eyi handcuffs no every Mr. Alex no e na afa so Burkina ni no ensa because Burkina ni Mr. Alex na ma handcuff o ma bom but mu yi handcuffs no e di fi o sa ansa na o tie ko na kura tie komo no but ni enyan boys be mu e ma de say assembly kopie mu o hwediem police station o hono mo e ma de say hono e katonebo enye zongo chief na be mu a e ma omodi asojafo no by force e share car mu de ebi mu share zongo chief ne car mu e de mu fi hono mo anka Macho fo no e ti asojafo no e ye omonyado a e wo ho nti asem ne beda social media so on the 2nd of November yes Sunday 2025. Fast forward to 3rd of November and I just say command be and Honorable a release letter na Honorable release letter no na there's Honorable letter ni mo no o se o se ba akomi edu bi ka nti o se iti Honorable answer na na police station because at the time na Ghana police has release statement say omo invite Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo no ma me chire nsem ba ni say no copy mu site but Honorable the same be to social media so say 1st of November no ko eyie e wa chire so a na me ni be the Honorable feed so Honorable fi Kenya ase a na so okwa chire nso a Kenya ase to a chire nso akwan no emfa broni kuro mu bebia obi oni mo no mu bi enim sa adewi se Kenya ase to a chire nso akwan no emfa kwan bi eni ho no mo quote me on any day kwan bi eni ho no mo efa Kenya ase to a chire nso e do be kokofa broni kuro into Honorable statement no say no okwa a chire nso okwa yie wa chire nso na wa wonim Asutifi North ene Asutifi South no Asutifi North na Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo ewo eho no hwediem enka ne constituency ho enka ne district no eho enti Honorable eyi ana okọ wa kire su ano enso no enka eyi no enne ne constituency enka ne district ho enti ofra Honorable Collins Dauda a kire su awa ne constituency ne district say oh Honorable me kwa eyi no na wo around no Honorable si o ni around no okọ fa nkra emma say oh ochi omu nyina enti onjina mu fama no enka ewo eyi no okọ wa kire su ano ena Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo esi mu so okọ a kire su nti okọ a kire su na okira odu hwediem no ena realize say tension wo kro ni mu nti obisaye na omoka che ne say military operation bi ekoso ewo gold extraction sites bi gold extraction sites no ne titi date yi na ne say omoto waste na ma hohoro omo de cyanide ne ade ahohoro ene ade e wo site ho nti ho eno na bo Ebenezer Kwaku Addo kira hwediem na ote se tension e wo site ho no nti ono na bo ne se ote no quickly eno ofo na bo Collins Dada Ebenezer ona bo wate de ekoso no o constitution yes ya soja for abaha na wate no na bo Collins Dada si o onko site ho no na bo Collins Dada no any team no enkasa se na be obehu se de na ekọ because one of the assembly members no osuma omo so omo nko ho no military no ene one kasa nti e bi ono na bo Ebenezer Kwaku Addo ne kwa military ne be kasa nti sa na oyeye nti odu ho no on the vice chairman and I say omo koye and the driver ka ho and o introduce no ho no do ho no who say youth and was site ho no mo just say nipa bebre na eba and I'm like wait a minute honorable time I do on yehu video no so the phone try na youth and I say enkophobia ni enche ho no it was later and a youth no e join the site ho of my government gun.
Soldiers no more no plan. Make me answer. Oh, say soldier page man.
Honorable Sebo Canon. Honorable say, it's the advisor on my yarn say, omo moving ko police station. Now omo konkoye official statements. No more handing over items no any suspects no to police. No more calm tension. Omo do police station no. And omo who ye say omo blocky major roads omo preventing movement ni ade eti military no and a regional police crime officer and a national investigative bureau operatives and the Kenya State police commander omo wo police station wa kopim say zongo chief no eba ye ni ade omo finalize bibia no omo hand over items ma regional crime officer and a zongo chief no volunteer ya omo vi asoja fo no ebi free hono. Now, see honorable account, no. Person me read about from Macho. Say, having finalized the handing over of items to the regional crime officer, the Zongo chief volunteered to pick the military officers into his Toyota Sequoia vehicle because the pickup of the military had been tampered with. The Toyota vehicle of the Zongo chief and his glasses had its glasses smashed at the back. By then, I had left to attend other funerals in Totroso, Jedu, and Wamahenso. I wish to state that under no circumstance will I incite the youth against security officers and my government plan agenda. As a responsible lawmaker, I offered my support to ensure there is calmness in the area and will always work together with every security agency to maintain law and order. Sana honorable Kai. Now, honorable any Asempa FM so etitwe enkomo. There's an honorable enkomo any Asempa FM titwe no. There is in time read honorable nsem no. E wo bofum de ma they say honorable say omo handi over items no e my regional crime officer. E handi over suspects no e my regional crime officer. E wo honorable interview on Asempa FM for year no. E na honorable ba be ka say no free station ho no. No more handi items ni over back to suspects no. E na Mr. Obi or your host e beside say inti a police phone jai suspects na ti the honorable kind ti the honorable kind.
I don't know if when you're tired, as we are active on social media, especially Facebook, some of your party communicators that was social media, no, were up in arms against you. I mean, we been free say we go buying any mass and there was a party in it, was so I was say or man penny was so. What kinds of comments maybe?
Obi my kind of but me who say issues bar. There's something called natural justice. Then you make a clear conclusion. He said the police for the investigation. If we say can you make crime investigation, you know by but you know social media no Obia or who can say Otimiko Candy also the Onka Papa and the Onka Papa. I take it in good faith. I'm only looking at the investigation. Before Bayano, and the Babu and Tiama, yeah, I was a look the bed, a bed in my yet there is nothing that would allow me to make a step against a government business or government agenda. We are all fighting against illegality. But some and I'm more a calmness in our attempt to solve a situation, as a major stakeholder of peace and parliamentarian as such, also we offer the services to ensure that public is always safe.
How would you react to those who would say, sir, your attempt to even go to the site and speak to the NIMOS commander, and I say through you, Honorable Collins Dowd, and the NIMOS commander, Bedin Komono, amounted to obstruction of a Juma and a NIMOS for a year. Now your presence there was unnecessary. What would you say to Eno?
Obi Kasa na he didn't understand, or he's not understanding leadership, because a military team in our area, and as a leader, I had to show that the Ekosono, Edukrana, or here assistance to get something done. So going there to find out what is happening, I think that was the best thing I could have done. And say me many free the Ekosono, so now like I said, the
very well. In the how our investigations never could be any ever said in Comobio. At the time when I moved free with the police station, that suspect no way, where the suspects still at the police station.
No, the suspects, they had handed over their car keys to them. The police had handed over their car keys to them, so they had moved their cars away from the police station.
Meaning, sir, now police for not jai suspects or monko.
Yes, they had handed over the some of the items are no more as now or more police, military na hand over ama police, mama police, and so the ama suspect just to move their cars away from the place because of the route and Bano.
Oh, okay. In the based on na mob ne begu ono reaction into no, the police left the suspect not to go.
Not to go, but to move their vehicle, because they were some of the comments from the irate youth, was saying, omo car keys and maybe omagin so I think they thought giving the keys to them or maybe took out an free one and the man boys, and that is what the Zongo chief and
yeah, I agree. As we speak, the suspects are not in police custody. Yeah, Kasa,
Well, I can't speak to that.
You cannot speak to that. But at least at the time when the guys were not with the police. Now, to restore peace and calm.
That is what happened. The agreement. He had read an agreement for the military to hand over the seized items to the police.
And the police then handed it over to the suspects.
That is the keys of the cars to move the...
But some media, a majority leader, a hinty and our parliament, a honorable Mahama Yariga, a hinty, say, only Minister of Interior, no, Akasa, so honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo, and then home, a Beka police for now, police for starting investigations and the prosecution.
Privileges of members of parliament. And I am hoping that our brief comments would focus on the question of privileges. I think what I heard you say is that you will not shield any member of this House when they are alleged to have committed offenses, and the law enforcement agencies are seeking to investigate and establish whether indeed a crime has been committed for the purposes of being prosecuted or held accountable in any other form, shape, or manner. And you zeroed in on the specific instance of the alleged attack on the anti-Galamsey task force. We all heard in the media that there was an attack on an anti-Galamsey task force in Esutufi South, and I later got some indication that a member on this side of the House is alleged to have instigated some community members to resist the work of the task force. Mr. Speaker, let me indicate that yesterday I got a call from the Minister for the Interior, Honorable Muntaka, that the IGP needed the member for interrogation. I invited the member, he came to my office, and I was trying to reach Muntaka, I couldn't reach him, so ultimately I had to ask the member to go. If I reach Muntaka, I will call him back. Subsequently, Honorable Muntaka called me back. He was in a meeting when I was calling him. And I told him that I had invited the MP. He was ready to come see whoever he should see. But because we did not hear from him, I had dismissed him. So we scheduled that this morning, the member should be sent to the CID headquarters to meet with one of the deputy CID directors for processing. And so this morning, he went with our majority chief whip and his lawyer. They received him at CID headquarters, took him through the processes, and I received a call not quite long ago that he has been taken to court, and as we speak, he is actually in court being arraigned. And so let me also indicate that as members of Parliament, we do not consider ourselves being above the law, that we are always ready to be held accountable for our actions and inactions.
Ntiampa, enra, ene beto there some the honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo ekojina court agents amedie o ma granting bill o ma granting no 150,000 Ghana cedis bill. After so imagine the passport at the atoll, and that is a step in the right direction. You know, that is a step in the right direction. You must commend the system for doing that. But what I hope for, and they say, Nyame Adoma on the 1st of December, no, assembly Emma Mayor foolish case. Because we should be able to ascertain, say, can Obua and a chance for the ato honorable so. Right? Because at the end of the day, can Obua and a lady naibus no. If the investigation proceeds from now till 1st of December, all these things should be established. If the investigation proceeds and it becomes evident, say, can Obua and a chance, then it means that you can't trust the whole 9 months operation in the hands of Ken Obua. Do you get it? Because Ken Obua no, eduma no ye no, and it say obe fight against Galamsey. And say o chantra, that means say ebia sika betumi afanase, obi betumi amanisika ene ade to paint another person black. But if the investigations are prove say Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo bom na chantra, it should be established at the end of this case. So why the chantra wa hasi the head of the Naimos task force Ken Obua or Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo? And if it appears say Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo and a chantra, the law must take its course. And I am happy say finally we have a system that seems say ebabe weke. Say for the first time, at least for the first time, yenya MP ne koko jina court say wa abstract yenya MP man bill what I say yeah on the passport there to honomo, and the reasons are defense they raise and they say ne area wo foforo or your father ne ade nti na mo endetain no omo ma ne kwan no tumi kofi no mo ba na bill of 150,000 Ghana cedis whatever charges omo dey boni bia no. I am just hoping said the investigation, the prosecution will be able to establish the fact say why na a twa in this whole story. Is it Ken Obua? Because Ken Obua mo version of the story no maybe abam in the first video say omudidi say site na wo boni kom no they were doing illegal activities. And mostly say illegal mining and you be otu amena and also obi a all say nsuo kwa na illegal mining. Any mining activity bia na woni ho krata aye hazardous to the environment no. It is illegal. It is say wo ye sankofa na woni ho krata. Say wo ye sankofa now using harmful chemicals and all the yes sankofa it is cyanide near because cyanide no say kwa asasini mu a say Dubai. So I don't care if you benefit from the system or not. The truth is one. The truth is one. Illegal mining is not just about digging pits. Illegal mining is not just about blocking water bodies. Illegal mining is not just about felling trees in the forest. It goes beyond that. Every mining activity, biano, ni hon krata, as also hazardous to the environment. It is deemed illegal. It is a Ken Obua version of the story. Say there was an illegality of boni krom. That's said investigations no. Any prosecution find out say omo version is true. That means say Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo etwa. Since Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo version of the story say no kwe yie e wa akire so a obi anim say kwan bi ani Kenya ase to akire so a fa boni krom. Na Honorable Ebenezer Kwaku Addo story no osaso say odu hwidiem no say tension ewo kronim no say asoja for ho no for na bukolizada na bukolizada suma ne say onko no ne commander na say leader ne nko kasa say no ne ye no krea. That means Ken Obua lied, and whatever be the case no he should be made to face the consequences. This is the truth and nothing but the truth. You know, when it comes to Galamsey issues, I don't like beating about the bush because the truth is one. They went to me and caneno. Or Chinebu to Mika. Send me to Mika and Enra, and they will say you to Mika. Now, Chinansono, you to Miaka. Magraheb.